Well, confirmed. Eric Ten Hag has gone ahead to make a short list of his preferred next number 9 of Manchester United. That is the high quality striker. Guess who has made the short list? It's none other than Harry Kane. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I think you missed me yesterday because I brought you one story, but I had a lot of things to really have with my father. It has been long since I last saw him, so we are really mingling down here, and obviously it was hard for me to come out and really do the needful apart from really mingling it out with my father. But finally I'm back, and obviously we thank God for the gift of life, and it's a Saturday. Obviously the match day is tomorrow, Arsenal versus Manchester United. So guys, don't hesitate to subscribe and smash the like button so as not to miss out on stories that we're uploading on a daily. Rock and David is my name. Now, as I start off this story, we're going to talk about Bissaka, Facundo Palestri, and Harry Kane and Eric Ten Hag. Now, before we get into that, we know that tomorrow we are playing a team known as Arsenal, and now it has been confirmed that United is going to dress in, or it's going to don the all-white jersey, white pants, white shirt, and white stockings. That is what United are going to don in. That is tomorrow as we take on Arsenal. So let's wait and see how everything is going to happen. Last time we played at Arsenal, when we lost 3-1, we donned into that blue jersey. Was it dark blue or navy blue? One of those. Ronaldo scored, but obviously Arsenal went ahead to score a third one through a player called Grant Xhaka, who went in for a shot outside the teenage box area, and obviously David De Gea couldn't really put his fingers to it so it saves it. So that's it. United is going to be putting on a white jersey tomorrow. Remember, even on Wednesday we put on a white jersey and we drew with Crystal Palace. So let's wait and see whether we are going to get a positive result when we don that white jersey. That is tomorrow. So after that, we all know that Anthony Martial is with an injury-prone player. You cannot rely on him. Even tomorrow, he's a doubt. You don't know whether he's going to be there or not. So, looks like the man known as Eric Ten Hag is really scratching his head to not to eat that. Who should really come in through to really help me and offload this burden off me? And this can't be done in the January transfer window because we are not having enough money. Obviously, this is supposed to be done in the summer. And guess what? There is a man known as Paul Hurst. This guy is a United correspondent for the Times, meaning that he's being fed in by the club. Today or yesterday night, he told us that while Eric Ten Hag has refused to rule out the possibility of bringing in another player in January, another arrival this month is unlikely. That's it. So this guy is being told by the club that however much Ten Hag was in the press conference and really hinted of really getting in more players at Manchester United, it looks like all that will die a natural death and we're not going to get in another signing. However much Eric Ten Hag is calling for signings, it really shows you that there is really a push on both sides. They are pulling the rope. Ten Hag is telling the board, get me more signings because I believe I can turn around this season and really put it to the next level where we never expected us to even end. But the board is telling the United correspondents that, please, we are not having money to spend. We are not bringing in more signings in the January transfer window. And this is Paul Hurst, United correspondent for the Times. Now, he continued to let us know that United acknowledge that they must sign a top-class striker this summer if they are to maintain the momentum that Ten Hag has built up so far. Obviously, we are all out here calling in for signings. Do you know why? We want more signings at the club. Look at Arsenal. They've brought in Trossard. They've brought in Jakub Cuiar, who is really on his way from Italy to London to undergo his medical. Chelsea have signed close to 6 players right now because even Manduke was revealed yesterday that Adon Mokalo Modric, Badishil, Fofana, Santos, and João Felix, and they are going in for Caicedo. They've put in the first bid. It was rejected. So looks like they're planning to put in another bid that's going to be accepted by Brighton, and Brighton have already started to look in for a replacement of Caicedo, meaning that they know Chelsea is coming back with a bid. So United is the only team that has not shown seriousness into this transfer window because we've only went in for Weghorst, who is alone. It's not a problem for Weghorst to come at United on loan, but it's a very bad sign from the owners of the club of Manchester United to really go out and really not give us the best that we deserve as a club. So that is intended for you, and they are really confirming with us that all they have is to spend in the summer, and obviously they want to bring a striker. And who is that striker that Ten Hag is really watching at? Now, United are weighing up a summer move for Harry Kane. Kane features on the shortlist of candidates that United are really looking at as potential recruits. Now, if at all you hear Harry Kane in this story, it does not mean that he's the only one that Ten Hag is looking about. There are others that he's looking about. The reason that's why I'm really doing this story again, it's because a United correspondent is the one who has really broken this news. Samuel Makbo, I think works for, is it Daily Mail? He's not a correspondent anywhere at Manchester United. But this man called Paul Hurst is a correspondent for Manchester United, and they're talking about weighing in a move for Harry Kane in the summer. So, and there are very many other candidates, and let's have a look at who Ten Hag is really looking at as other candidates. Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen, and Benjamin Sesko are on the list of candidates to take the number 9 spot at Manchester United. Obviously, we need a number 9. You see, Anton Martial, having played against Fulham, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Burnley, Bournemouth, and Everton, those are 5 games. Then he missed out on the game of Charlton because he was really having a little knock. He came in the game of Man City injured himself, played 45 minutes only, taken off the field of play. He never played in the game of Crystal Palace, and now in the game of Arsenal he might be a doubt, meaning that however much I love Anton Martial, but it's time for him to really leave the club because we can't rely on him. We can't rely on him. He's the best striker that Ten Hag is having, but injuries are really one of those that are really turned down his season. He would have been a player that is so much helpful for the club, but his injuries are really turning the plan of the manager down. And guys, let me let you know that this guy has always been calling for that chance to be really made as the main man. A chance is here. He has been made as the main man. No competitor. He's not fit. So, I think it has really played in his hands. He has downplayed himself. His fitness levels have really downplayed him. I believe it's time for like the Harry Kane or Benjamin Sesko or Victor Osimhen to come in through. But to me, I believe Benjamin Sesko would be the ideal striker I would love at Manchester United, provided we can sign him from RB Leipzig. Then Victor Osimhen. But Victor Osimhen, I've heard that Napoli wants 120 million pounds. I believe for that, I go in and really pay close to 60 or 70 million pounds and bring in Benjamin Sesko, a young striker, 20 years of age, good, tall, and he's good on the ball. You see, people have been calling him the new Haaland, but this one is really more than Haaland. Haaland is not good on the ball. He doesn't have a good foot on the ball. Not so. That's not it. But Benjamin Sesko can do what we call the hold-up play. He's good in the air. He can shoot from outside the defender's box area. He's clinical, and he can really do the one-on-ones. You get one-on-ones or the 1v1s when he's really taking on the opponent. So it shows you the importance of Benjamin Sesko. And I believe how much Harry Kane is there, the amount of money for us to spend on Harry Kane, I think it's better we get that amount of money to go on and really spend it on one player known as Benjamin Sesko. Because when you bring in Benjamin Sesko, he's really young, 20 years of age. He will come in through and really help the club of Manchester United be there for a very, very, very long time. Because it's said that this guy, Harry Kane, will go for like 88 million pounds. Now, what does that mean? You shouldn't go in for Harry Kane if at all you are Erik ten Hag, unless otherwise you're 100% sure that he can give you some other 3-4 years. But for Benjamin Sesko, 20 years of age, you sign him at the age of 20, that means he can play for you for the next 7 or 8 years. You give him a contract of 7 years, that means you're going to keep him at the club for a very, very long time. So to me, Benjamin Sesko, to me, would have been the best striker for us to bring at Manchester United. Victor Osimhen, 124 million pounds. I cannot really spend it on him because I believe Sesko has more to offer than Victor Osimhen. That's it. So that is my take on that story, and let's get into the other one that we've gotten in about Facundo Palestri. Facundo Palestri is a player that his agent came out and really alarmed about the player not having enough playing time. Obviously, United don't want to take him away, but the agent is working endlessly to really see to it that this player is really sold out of the club of loan out of the club of Manchester United to see to it that the player gets enough playing time. Because even if he stays, doesn't look like any time from now, Ten Hag is going to really trust him to play any game of Manchester United. So let's wait and see how everything is going on and really happen as far as Facundo Palestri is concerned. But Facundo is a very good player, and to me, I believe we should find means of integrating him into that team. If at all Ten Hag doesn't want to loan this player, then he should find means of integrating him into the team to get enough playing time. Now, as he's planning to get enough playing time, Jadon Sancho looks like he's back to vie for the position of the right back or left back of the right attacking midfield and left attacking midfield areas, where Facundo Palestri would have gotten a chance to go on and really play his game of football and really showcase his good. So it shows you how nasty it is for this player. That's why his agent is coming out and really letting the board know that let the player leave to go out and really play football. And obviously it's said that Valencia is one of those teams in Spain that is interested in him. Remember, he was playing for Alves. Was it Alves? It was relegated, I think, last season. Now it's Valencia that are really interested in him. And if at all he's got Valencia, I think let him get Valencia. Though I believe the best move for Facundo Palestri, to me, it would have been either the Premier League or Championship, because he needs to improve on his physicality. And if at all you play very well in the Championship, that means you can come out and really thrive at the United side. So as things stand, Facundo Palestri is on the verge of moving to Valencia. And Clesio Marchetto coming in from Italy, and obviously Sports Witness are the ones that really brought us this story that this guy is on the verge of really going to Spain to join Valencia. And I believe if at all I'm Erik ten Hag, I let these deals happen. I identify another midfielder that I can get on loan, and I really use the loan fee of like Facundo Palestri, because it will go for like 3 or 4 million pounds. Then you loan Anthony Elanga to Dortmund, they get you close to 3 or 4 million pounds. So that's like 8. Which other player can we loan at Manchester United? There is Brandon Williams is there. We can loan him. So if we can gather like 10 million pounds, I believe we can get in a player that can play into the midfield area that can really come out and really act either like Casemiro or not, because they are very good players outside there, and Ten Hag has a very good scouting system, because right now the most position that is really looking down is that of Casemiro. However much Scott McTominay will come in through and really play tomorrow against Arsenal, we don't trust him to really patrol that area very, very well. That's why you've seen very many people coming out and really asking for Erik ten Hag to put in a player known as Lisandro Martinez in the central defensive midfield. So if I told I'm Erik ten Hag, what I do is loan Palestri, get like 3-4 million pounds, loan Anthony Elanga to Dortmund, get like 3 to 4 million pounds, loan Brandon Williams, get some money, the loan fees, and obviously get in a player at like 10 million pounds who can really come in through and really just do the needful to really play for Manchester United into that central midfield area, because players are there that can really get that job done and dusted at the club of Manchester United, either on a permanent deal at just 10 million pounds. The players are there, and I know Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to scout them, and if at all he goes by that advice, I think it will really help us get into the next levels of the game. And it won't be alarming again. Now, Aaron Bissaka, Fabrizio Romano, just like 3-4 minutes ago, he was on his YouTube channel and told us that Aaron Bissaka now has a very good chance to stay at Manchester United. They are focusing on him to create competition for Diego Dallo. Well deserved. That is Aaron Bissaka, and Erik ten Hag has really dubbed him as a player who has been really terrific, according to Erik ten Hag. So that is Fabrizio Romano coming out and confirming with us that it's now in a consideration that he is going nowhere, because very many people are saying that this boy should be sold. He should leave Manchester United. But we've been told by Fabrizio Romano that now Erik ten Hag is really an admirer of this player known as Aaron Bissaka, and he doesn't want him to really move and go anywhere. So that's really great for Aaron Bissaka, because he has really worked hard for this. Let no one lie to you that he never worked hard for this. He really worked hard to get this and really reach where he is. So I believe it's really something great for him to see to it that he has really hit this milestone at Manchester United, and he has gone ahead to please the manager Erik ten Hag to stay at the club of Manchester United, and obviously do the competition with Diego Dallo. So what are your thoughts about Harry Kane making it to to the shortlist of Erik ten Hag in the summer for his next number 9. Then Aaron Bissaka convincing Erik ten Hag that please, I'm the right person to really tussle it out with Dalot for the right back position of Manchester United. And lastly, what do you think about Facundo Palestri? Because I've given you my narrative and I'm calling for your narrative too into the comment section below. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we want to grow huge in numbers and obviously hit 20,000 subscribers. And I know all that is possible with you subscribing. Thank you guys for watching in through. I sign out for now. See you later. First story of the day. More is yet to come. It's all about Mikel Arteta coming out and talking about the game of Arsenal. Then I'll throw in some Ten Hag quotes about the game of Arsenal. I'm out.